If you want your video and gameplay recordings to look perfect quality and crystal clear, but the settings look like rocket science to you, let me show you the exact OBS Studio settings to use to make your recordings look perfect. First, open OBS Studio, then go to the settings in the bottom right corner, and then we're gonna go to the output tab and change the output mode at the top from simple to advanced. Hit the recording tab, and we're gonna make sure the recording path is set to any drive that's a solid state drive. Next thing to change is our recording format. If you're on the most recent update of OBS Studio, 30.2 or higher, then you're gonna wanna pick hybrid MP4. This is the safest way to record in case your computer crashes or power goes out. You don't lose the whole file, but it still saves like a normal MP4. So if you got this option, use it. If you don't have it because you're on an older version, you can either update OBS Studio or you can choose MKV and then go to the advanced tab and then check automatically remux to MP4. Also, neat little bonus, if you use hybrid MP4, you can go to hotkeys and you can actually add chapter markers. So anytime you press this key, it's gonna add a little chapter marker when you export this file to DaVinci Resolve to edit or whatever. Next is the video encoder, and this is where people lag themselves. To keep it extremely simple, if you have an Nvidia card, choose Nvidia NVENC H.264. If you have an AMD card, choose AMD HW H.264. If you only see X.264 or QuickSync, pick QuickSync if you have Intel, and then only choose X.264 if you have to, because it's gonna hammer your CPU. Now we're already halfway to getting your recordings to perfect quality, but real quick, we need to talk about why having good quality matters and how to actually get views on your recordings. Because good quality keeps people watching, but the easiest way to get views on your recordings is actually converting it to short form videos. And using those short form clips, like using the replay buffer feature, which I'll show you at the very end of this video, is how I've gotten millions of views on my YouTube shorts and on my Instagram reels. But the problem is we don't have the time to manually reframe, and we can't afford a professional editor to edit everything for us. But the good thing is that you don't need a new workflow. We just need that replay buffer clip we'll make in OBS Studio. Once I have my clip, this is the tool I use to expedite everything. It's called nexusclips.com, and all I do is click on the edit clip button right here, the import tab, choose our clip that we made in OBS Studio using the replay buffer, which I'll show you how to do at the end of the video. Once you drop in that clip into this little button, it's gonna load up this expedited editor. First thing we'll click on is the framing tab. We're gonna choose a face cam. I like the miniature one, drag it on our face right about here. Then we're gonna choose the gameplay, which is right about here. Then with one click, we can generate animated captions and subtitles. Then we can choose a sticker if we wanna promote our Twitch, YouTube, or TikTok. And then lastly, you can add a hook that's gonna give the viewers some context. And then in less than 30 seconds, we have our viral ready animated short. Then all you gotta do is click the share button, and then you can download and upload to Instagram Reels manually, or you can connect your TikTok or YouTube account and automatically share it that way. So if you're ready to be consistent and actually start doing this every day, then you can use coupon code CPAUSE to save on Nexus Clips and give it a shot today. But let's go back to making your recordings look perfect. To continue on, we're gonna scroll down to the encoder settings, and for the rate control, we're actually gonna switch it from constant bitrate, and we're gonna choose constant QP. Constant bitrate, or CBR for short, is fine for streaming because it keeps things stable, but switching to constant QP or CQP for short will give us constant high quality. For the constant QP level, this number right here, here's the safe pick so you don't lag. The easy way to understand this is that the lower the number, the better quality it's gonna be, but it's gonna be a bigger file the more you lower. And a higher number equals a smaller file size, but it's gonna look a little softer. So most of you can set it to 18. If you've got a really good PC, you can change it to 16 or 17. But when you're recording, if it says encoder overloaded or your game starts stuttering, bump it up to 18, 19, or 20. And this one change will fix most of the lag comments I see on my videos. Moving on to your keyframe interval, we're actually gonna set this to 0 because 0 means auto. So OBS inserts a full frame whenever the scene actually changes. That keeps your file smaller with no quality loss, and is honestly the best default for recording. If you scrub a lot of your footage in DaVinci Resolve or another timeline editor, and you want snappier seeking, then you can actually switch this to 2, which will force a full frame every 2 seconds, but makes the files a lot bigger. And then for live streaming, you usually use 2, but for recording, 0 is gonna be perfect. The preset is gonna be very similar to the constant QP level. If we change it to P7, this is gonna be the best quality, but switching to P5 is gonna be less load on your computer. So if you have a really good PC, choose P7. If you got a not so great PC and it lags, choose P5. And if you're somewhere in between, you can start with P6. Then just make sure tuning is set to high quality, multi-pass mode set to 2 passes, and the profile is set to high. Then hit apply and go to the top where it says audio, and make sure that all of these audio bit rates say 320 to give us the best audio quality as well. So now we're gonna move on to the video tab. This base canvas resolution, this is gonna be the size of your monitor that you're playing your games on. If you're playing on a 1080p monitor, just choose 1080 right here. If you're playing on a 1440p monitor, then you'll choose the 1440 option. Whatever your monitor is that you're playing your games on, choose that as your base. And then output scaled resolution, this is what you're gonna be recording at. I'm playing on a 1080p monitor and I want my recordings to be at 1080p, so I'm going to leave these both on 1080. And if these numbers are the same, you won't need a downscale filter, but if they do not match, you're going to change the downscale filter to Lanczos because that's going to give you the best quality. Moving on to the common FPS values, we're actually going to change this to 60. That's going to be the best for when you upload to YouTube. Now, if you game at 144 frames per second or FPS, but your OBS Studio is set to 60, you can actually get little micro stutters in your recordings because 144 doesn't divide evenly by 60. So while you're recording, cap your game at 120 or 60. 120 frames per second is perfect for a 144 hertz monitor, and it still feels smooth. Or you can just cap it to 60. And if you don't want to cap it, at least use a game capture source and not a display capture source when you're setting up your scenes, because it'll handle the mismatch way better. Then hit apply, and we're going to move to the audio tab. Make sure your desktop audio, this first one, is going to be set to your speakers or your headphones. And then for mic/auxiliary audio, just set this to whatever mic you want to use. I'm using the Rode PodMic USB. It's my favorite microphone I've ever used. And if you want to know what my entire streaming and recording setup is, it's linked in the description down below. Now, the best way to test this out is to hit OK, and you can start recording right here. It's going to start recording our image. Right now, we're just going to be restarting this little starting soon screen. And you can see that we've been recording for 8 seconds down here. You can see the load on your CPU. You can see if you're dropping any frames. It'll also yell at you. It'll say encoding overloaded if you chose settings that are too strong for your computer to use. But basically, just give it a little 20-second recording like we've done. Hit stop recording. We're going to go to that file path down in the bottom left corner where this is saved. We're going to go and watch it back. You can see we have our crystal clear recording going on right here. And if you see that your encoder overloaded, then switch your P7 to P5 or lower. You can also raise your CQ level from 18 to 20 or whatever you had it at. And make sure that you right-click OBS Studio, the little icon on your desktop, and then run it as administrator next time. And doing those 3 things will fix 99% of your lag or stuttering or frame drop issues. So make sure to drop a like on this video so other streamers can find it. And now that we've switched all of our settings to the best ones they can be for our computer, and after a little bit of troubleshooting with those mock recordings, you're going to have beautiful crystal clear recordings that aren't going to nuke your hard drive or cause stuttering issues. So if you're ready to see how I use the replay buffer to capture short form clips while I'm recording, you can watch this video to the side of me. I walk you through step by step the easy way so you can start doing that. My name's Cody, and I'll see you in the next one.